But yeah, so like if your whole clientele is to only service the people in your community, how are all of y'all bosses? Like, how do you have 50 businesses catering to the same small population of people?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to make any money. That doesn't make sense. So, to me, it was just dumb. It just sounded ridiculous. But back to the thing we were talking about.
Which,
I think it was, you were talking about the Will Smith thing.
Oh, okay. So Will Smith made a formal apology today, on video this time, not just, on his Instagram or whatever, where he formally apologized to both Chris Rock and his family. He even said that he and Tony Rock apparently used to be cool at one point, but he admitted that that's probably never gonna be mended.
I mean, which is, I can understand.
But I mean, look, he was the bully.
He was.
You hit a smaller man because you felt some sort of way about your wife making you look soft, and in the public.
I would go even further.
But I mean, like, his apology was genuine. One thing I did think was definitely genuine was there was a question. It was like, why didn't you apologize to Chris Rock in your acceptance speech? And that's what everybody wanted to know. And he said, well, I he just wasn't in the frame of mind. He was still, I believe that. So
yeah, he was so angry.
He was still angry. He wasn't thinking at the time. So yeah, he was still in simp mode.
Pretty much.
So, but yeah, so he apologized, and I liked how he said, what he did was indefensible. So for all those people out there that were saying he was right, you should watch your mouth. These comedians can't just be saying anything about anyone, which is literally their fucking job, by the way. But
you know what? I'm going to say this. All those people defending Will Smith sound like the very same people who were complaining about Dave Chappelle and his critique of certain social movements.
Some of them were. Like, some of them did make that comparison. It was like, see, I'm against people getting tired of these comedians thinking they can say anything they want. Literally their job. Literally their job.
But well, for me, I felt, well, I take that back.
And I'm sorry, because I'm Gen X, I grew up during a time where comedians used to release these comedy albums that were
raunchy.
So raunchy. Like, I mean, they may as well have been rated X. Like, they make what comedians say nowadays like nothing. Like them old Richard Pryor and Red Fox, those albums. Please.
I think that even when the people who were complaining about the whole, I stand with Will thing, it's getting to the point now where, with them, I think they're hypocrites for the simple fact, because it was mostly black people, particularly black women, complaining about it and saying that, he protected his wife, all that other nonsense. But these were the same people who defended, and again, I don't think what Dave Chappelle did was wrong, but these were the same people defending Dave Chappelle, saying, well, he's a comedian. It was just a joke. He didn't say nothing offensive. So you can't have it both ways. And honestly, Chris Rock didn't say anything rude. Like, he could have talked about how
it was a benign joke, and and people who watched that segment of the award ceremony saw he was taking shots at everyone in the audience. He was taking shots at all the celebrities.
Matter of fact, I don't know if it was before Chris Rock or after, Taraji P. Henson and Wanda Sykes made fun of LeBron's receding hairline.
In the very same...
same show.
So I know people made jokes about it, but I didn't know if it was in the very same show.
It was in the very same show. So it was like...
And he gets that all the time.
Exactly. This man has a former alopecia. He takes it on the chin and keep it moving. Why can't this bald-headed, worm-looking thing...
Like I said...
just take it on the chin like
we were saying off camera, you can add billionaire as a suffix to any description of me, and I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. Call me bald-headed billionaire. It's fine.
Right.
Like, whatever you want to say, and you attach billionaire to it, go right on the head.
Pretty much. And what for me, I think was the most disturbing was the fact that people were advocating for violence against free speech.
Yeah, and what irked me was what I was telling you I have a friend who's a rapper who I'm like, free speech should be his bread and butter. And he's literally saying, "Oh, that shows Chris Rock should have washed his mouth," and this was just showing how much swag Will has, that he can get away with doing that at the awards and still winning the award. I'm like, really? That's what you think? I'm like, so it's okay. I said, so we're gonna teach kids that it's okay to act with violence when they hear something they don't like. That's cool, right?
I would go even further.
No, because he's also a teacher, so I'm like, so
no, I feel
you think that's cool?
I would go even further. That it puts the idea that it's okay to assault a black man when he says something that you don't like, because this would not have happened. Because after all the times,
a lot of people pointed that out.
Like,
let it been Billy Crystal.
Right. There were worse things said at these award shows, and people took it on the chin and kept it moving. Like, I full-heartedly believe
Will Smith has been a celebrity roast.
Exactly.
If people don't know about roast, that's where you actually have someone there, and comedians are paid to say as the most mean-spirited things they can say about the person, and the person's just supposed to, take it on the chin and grin. They get, at the end of the roast, they get to roast back the people who roasted them, which is cool, but it's all in the spirit of comedy and
having fun. And it kind of, it's an ego check as well. It's definitely an ego check. But like, I full-heartedly believe if it wasn't Chris Rock, if it was Ryan Reynolds, he wouldn't have done it.
If it was The Rock, Will Smith wouldn't have jumped up there.
No, I know. I'm not even going. No, well, that too. Yeah, he definitely wouldn't have done that.
He's not. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, okay.
He wouldn't have done that. But that's my whole point. He let Jada put some batteries in his back and power him up, and went and did something stupid. And now you got and now you're kicked out for what, 10 years? You're kicked out for 10 years.
He can still receive nominations. He just can't attend the ceremony. So
yeah, but
then I think he also had to give his membership away as well.
But that's my point. Even if we say, well, the consequences don't seem that big in the grand scheme, which it probably isn't, but it's still the fact that we are celebrating a black man attacking another black man because they had over words.
And like I said, I'm pretty much a free speech absolutist, which is how I distinguish myself from other progressives who tend to be like these virtual signaling social justice warriors who get upset if you use the wrong pronouns and shit. But in any case, I'm just not gonna defend someone thinking they can get away with hitting someone just because they say something they don't like. Like, where does that go?
Like I said, I'll take it. The only reason black women love cheering for that, but I bet you, let a dude backhand a woman because she says something out of turn, and watch how their whole attitude around that "watch your mouth or you get punched" mentality switch.
Yeah.
Like I said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if it's okay to hit a dude because he says something you don't like, okay, keep that same energy.
Yeah. Like I said, it was good that he finally gave the apology months later. But like I said, I was just disgusted at people who were defending Will more than Will's actions himself. Like, to me, I was just like, the rationale people had for why comedians shouldn't be able to do their job.
So there should be no comedians at that point. What you're advocating for is no comedians.
Basically, because people say, well, their job is to be funny, not necessarily to offend people. You can't make jokes without offending someone. Not that you should go out there and purposely offend people, although there are comedians that do that, and the ones who do that do it masterly. So again, the people going to those events know that comedian has that sort of that whole sort of shtick. So if they don't, like, that's on them. But you can't get offended when you know that's what they're expecting. Like, people, this isn't the first time Rock has hosted an event, so people know what he's about. So and like I said, it was a benign joke. Like he's a GOAT comedian. Like if he really wanted to go in there on those two, he had a litany of jokes that he could have made.
Hell, like our previous video when we were talking about the whole age gap dating thing, he could have easily talked about Jada being a predator. Which by definition, she is. Not even technically. By definition, she is. He was a younger man who was going through issues.
She literally she groomed him.
Right.
The only caveat was that he wasn't underage, but she groomed him. But let it have been a guy of the same age as she and a woman who was August Alsina's age, they would have called that guy all the unsavory words you can call a person that I can't say on here.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm glad he apologized. I mean, personally, I didn't really care. I was just looking at people with the side eye, like, you try that logic if you want. And for the people saying, yeah, people got to watch their mouth, you won't take that outside.
Right.
And I guarantee you, half of the people saying he, they need to watch their mouths because they'll get hit. Oh, word? Your boss yells at you all the time. What you finna do?
Right.
And exactly.
Again, and like I said, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, guys, because I can fight. I just want to reiterate that. If anyone feels any sort of way, send me my plane ticket, and we can arrange to have it out, because I can fight. Did you want to say anything?
Concealed carry's a thing here now.
Yeah.
So you can try that. I'm gonna hit you because you said something I don't like if you want. Take that as you will.
Yep. Fight and John Wick. That's all I'm saying.